How's it going, everybody? My name's Creekstain. Today we're going to be talking about the history of effigies according to the Zuni. So, according to them, it started out with these natural concretions. Now you can see it kind of looks like a lion. It also kind of looks like a human face. You can see the eye, the nose, the mouth. Big open mouth. Okay? So that's exactly what they did. In the very beginning, it started out with these. These were sacred. These were the effigies. Okay? It later turned in to drilling the eye and carving in the mouth. Okay? So they evolved. They learned how to drill a hole to make an eye. Let's see, do I have that mammoth here? Yes. Something as simple as just drilling an eye. Okay? So if the shape's there and you can add an eye to embellish it so it stands out a little more, that's what they're going to do. So it started off natural. They said, hey, wow, that looks like that. We're going to modify it, look like that. We're going to do this. Now we got that. Now it's a natural looking lion and we modified this. Now it looks like a human. Then it just kind of evolved from there. So you get into these really complex ones where it makes a face pretty much any direction you look at it. Okay? That's why I always tell you guys to look for the weird cuts, because they make a lot of faces. Those are the complex ones. But there was a social hierarchy involved with it. I mean, if you wanted to get a mate, you better be able to make a really good one. If you wanted to be considered high up socially, you better be able to make a good one. So that's really what it was. It started off very simple, and then it evolved into stuff very, very complex. But I just wanted to give you a rundown, and that's just according to the Zuni. I found some information online. Okay? That's a learned behavior. I don't know if anyone out there, if you can make art that morphs when you flip or when the viewing angle changes. Not just like those hanging 3D poles where you line up just right. It would have to be like those 3D poles that hang, or those torn cardboard images when you put them all together and the shadow makes an image on the wall. It would have to be like that. But in order to be on the same scale with these stones, that art would have to be art all the way around it. And then flipped upside down, it would have to do it again. And then on the 45s and everywhere, everywhere would have to be art. That is these stones. Everywhere is the art. Now, I like to call them primary and secondary images. Okay? Primary images are going to be where the maker made them. If he made 4 on this, somebody might be able to find a 5th face, a 6th, a 7th, or an 8th. So this art is really weird because the maker makes it, obviously, but it's so abstract and 3D, it can be perceived on so many different levels. You can find images that, you know, maybe image 1 and image 3, maybe somewhere in that 2 mark, they're blending and making an image, that gray area. But that's just the style of the art. So if anyone out there can make this, please let me know. I've done an antler. But I don't necessarily know if it's considered morphing art. It does make a witch face on the owl, and I'll tell you what, I didn't plan that. It's just happenstance. So is the witch face a secondary image? I suppose as a maker, I could claim it as a primary image. I could go ahead and I could say, man, I sat there for hours and I planned it out. And I knew how to carve that owl face so it'd make a witch face. But I didn't. That's not the truth. It just happened. It's just there. It's just the gray area. But I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share the origins of the art according to the Zuni. And it started out very simple. And as you can see, it was very simply modified. And then it later turned into some very complex art. Okay? There's a good horse on there. I'll show you that horse. But I just wanted to show you that. I wanted to tell you, that's my thoughts for today. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.